out that you can play with.
Hello everyone. In a few moments, you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan Shaw of Harbour Loudspeakers and his colleague Derek Hughes. Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan Shaw of Harworth Loudspeakers and his colleague Derek Hughes. Let's just start the playback.
Well, Derek, here we are on the 28th of June 2007. We are in the BBC Kingswood Warren Anechoic Chamber.
Auspicious day indeed.
We've learnt a lot today.
We have learnt a lot
and
today,
we've had a
yes.
bit of fun, have we?
Yes, and we reminisced and we about that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What have you got?
Shall I go first?
Absolutely.
Right. The different speech sounds have been moulded into sentences such that the consonants and usual compounds occur in the vowel combination
Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan Shaw of Harbour Loudspeakers and his colleague Derek Hughes. Alan and Derek used the facilities at the BBC Kingswood Warren Anechoic Chamber.
The user group who would very much like some speech. I mean, what is the secret of a good speech test recording in your experience?
Well, it's what we've just done. If you're going to
Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap. Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan. Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan Shaw of Harbour Loudspeakers and his colleague Derek Hughes. Alan and Derek used the facilities at the BBC Kingswood Warren Anechoic Chamber. This was 4 or 5 years ago now, to make a test recording, a speech. Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by a chap by the name of Alan Shaw of Harbuth Loudspeakers and his colleague. Hello everyone. In a few moments you will hear a test recording. A test recording made by
That would be for that. I just can't here somewhere.
All right. Can everybody hear me? I can hear myself, Nicole Glover. For those who are at locations, is your TV working? Running? Can you hear?
Yes, Mount Vernon, we are up and running. We are good to go. Yes, Mount Vernon, we are up and running. We are good to go.
Dress like this.
Oh,
Hello, Morgan. It's
Hello,
Kim. I'm in Boonville, and their TV has the Menti QR thing showing, just like it has like on my laptop. So
that's
that's
exactly
good,
what it should be.
right? Okay. So if that's working, then I don't really need my laptop, do I? Or should I leave it on?
I mean, you can leave it on in case you have to answer any questions.
Okay.
I don't think you have any.
Good idea.
But
oh my God, this is weird. I can hear what I say like 5 seconds after coming out of the TV. So maybe I should turn the sound down on the laptop and turn it up on the TV.
Yeah, there will be a lag between the.
Okay. Yes, I do remember that
and the
from last time. Okay, I'm gonna. Now that you know I'm here and everything's working. Oh, goodness.
We got about 11 minutes left. I'm hoping everybody's TVs in their rec rooms are working. If you are having any issues, please get a hold of Blake ASAP. It should show on your TVs this Mentimeter QR code, like literally your teams. It should show basically the teams on your TV. And make sure to test the audio too. If you are a speaker, please make sure you have access to a phone or a laptop and you're joined via Teams so that you can hop on and speak when needed. Keep in mind that there is a lag, so you need to have also the agenda nearby so you are prepared for when you need to go. if you scan the QR code as well, you make sure people viewing it have their phones. They can scan the QR code or go to that menti.com and enter the code. And they can ask questions throughout the presentation, as well as give thumbs up, like reactions to the slides themselves. All right. If you are, once again, if you are a member of the leadership team who is out and about at a location, you guys could just send a thumbs up in the chat. That way I know your TV is working and displaying that Mentimeter QR code and link and your audio. So if you could send just a thumbs up in the chat so we can make sure you are good to go. Cheryl. Just keep talking that way. If you need to make sure your audio is working, I have some audio to hear. Let's see. What can I talk about? It's Fat Bear Week, guys. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. Fat Bear Week is a thing that the National Park Association up in Alaska hosts. Let's see what else going on. Okay, Tyler's giving me a thumbs up. Shay's got a thumbs up. Saw Cheryl's. Amanda's good at the Excel Center. Nicole's good. I think Nicole Wilson already said she's good too. For those joining us, just a reminder, please have your phone with you. You can use your phone's camera and scan the QR code that is on the screen, or you can go to menti.com and type in that code. That code will stay on the screen throughout the entirety of the presentation. So if you get kicked out, you can just hop right back on to menti.com and type in that code again. It will allow you to react to slides and also ask questions throughout the presentation. Boonville's good. Madisonville's good. I wish I could just like play some music to get everybody all pumped up for Town Hall, but since we're streaming it live on YouTube, we would probably get shut down. I have to do royalty-free music. All right, we got about 3 more minutes. Like I'm missing a screen. Again, if you are on the agenda and have a speaking point today, or if you're somebody who may be able to assist in answering questions, please have some device on Teams so that you can be prepared for your speaking part. I know it's not always easy with us out and about at the locations for us to actually present, but it's the best we can do. Please be prepared with the agenda because there is a lag between YouTube and the Teams. I feel like the lag is pretty minimal now. It's getting shorter and shorter. It seems like every time. But that way, when I call on you and it's your turn to present, you are ready to go, and we're not waiting too long for you to join and start speaking. So the agenda is available.
Morgan.
Yep,
I'm sorry, this is Eric Wood. Can you hear me?
I can.
Just testing the audio. I see Baker's face, Cheryl, and yours. So, Baker, it's unfortunate that we have to see him in his camera, but I'll deal with it the best I can. All right, thanks, guys.
City's good. First Avenue's good. We got about 1 more minute. So far, I don't want to say anything. I'm not going to say anything out loud because if I say anything out loud, something's going to go wrong. I'll give about another minute or so for everybody to join, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to repeat again that on the screen are the instructions to participate with the Town Hall. It will allow you to react to the slides. It'll allow you to ask questions throughout the presentation. So all you really have to do is pull up your phone's camera, scan the QR code, or go to menti.com and type in that code. The code will stay on the screen the entirety of the presentation. That way, if you get kicked out of menti.com, sometimes it does that, you should be able to hop right back in. We get started in about 1 more minute. I feel like we've got most everybody. It's hard for me to tell who all is joining now. However, I see quite a few faces on Teams and quite a few who are participating in the live on YouTube as well. Alrighty. So I am going to go ahead and get us started. Sake of time. I see lots of people at Parish. Thank you, Connie, for sharing everybody's friendly face over there. So I'm going to say it again. On the screen is your instructions for participating in today's town hall. It will allow you to interact with the slides and ask questions throughout the presentation. The intention of these town halls really is to increase communication across the organization. So you guys are all aware of the fun things and great things we're doing here at Goodwill. Since we are so spread apart, it's a great way for us to stay up to date on all things good. I will leave this, or the code will stay up at the top of the screen for the entirety of the presentation. Just to be completely transparent, I am monitoring the questions on the back end, just so I can make sure there's no inappropriate questions coming through. And so at the very end, I will pull up those questions and we'll try our best to go through and ask them. There is a little bit of a lag between the Teams and the YouTube. So if you're a presenter, please be prepared for your part with the agenda, because you'll need to join a little bit sooner than what it might seem like on the YouTube. I feel like such an old person saying the YouTube. All right. So we're going to get started with just a little bit of a fun question, an icebreaker question to test out the Mentimeter platform. So I want to hear from you guys. What are some fun or creative ways we can inspire more donations from our community? So this is where you should be able to type in answers on your phone. This one's a little bit trickier. I'm making you guys think for a second. Free ice cream. Who doesn't love free ice cream? Trucks at community yard sales. We have been doing that a little bit. So if you guys ever know of any yard sales, send it to Nicole Wilson. Having pictures of what we do with the donations so people can see. Donate chances to winning a raffle. Have food trucks with little giveaways. Everybody loves food trucks too. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide. You guys can keep answering this one if you want. I think it stays open even afterwards. But just give us some ideas for ways that we could help meet our WIG. So up first, I don't have a slide for it, but we've got a mission moment and more mission. But Tanisha, who's our director of digital skills, is going to share a mission moment with us.
Hey guys, so I have some great news. We had a participant come into the Opportunity Center, I want to say about a month and a half ago. She actually immigrated to the United States from the Republic of Georgia 5 years ago after leaving a domestic violence relationship. And so when she came to us, she had been kind of working her way through in Toyota in the evening shift, and she had 2 young kids, and it was really wearing down on her. And so when she came into us, she had already quit her job at Toyota and was really struggling with figuring out how to get help with getting a job in the U.S. that wasn't going to be so taxing on her physically. She had a lot of credentials from the Republic of Georgia, but nothing from the U.S. And so we immediately, enrolled her in the Good Skills Academy. She was in the Good Skills Academy for 3 weeks and got every single certificate that we offer, and just flew through. She got 17 certificates in 3 weeks, which is phenomenal. And now she's actually going to be returning tomorrow, and I was able to get her access to LinkedIn Learning and so she'll be working on more specific career focused credentials. And so, yeah, she's super happy. She's working with us also on the employment side, but really wanting to make sure she looks for a job that's the right fit for her long term. And so she wants to take that portion and work on credentials first. But great mission moment, success story, and I'm really happy to share it. So.
All right. Thank you, Tanisha. Up next, we've got Brandy to tell us a little bit about CARF.
Hello. How is everyone? Can you hear me? All is good? We have feedback going on here at First Avenue, so we're trying to troubleshoot some things. But yes, I do want to take a few minutes and talk about our upcoming CARF survey. October 1st through the 3rd, the CARF surveyors will be on site. I think every store that is getting a visit from CARF, they've been notified. They've had people walk through the back rooms. Mission has been working to get all of the files ready and make sure the interviews are lined up and all the things we're responsible for. So some of you may have received the agenda for October 1st through the 3rd. If you did receive an agenda and you were on there, please make sure that you are at the orientation by 7:45 a.m. Be about 15 minutes early just so we all make sure we're there and ready to start at 8 a.m. Then Sins will be traveling your way, or actually, I think Brian and Brittany will be traveling your way and should be there around 10:30. And then after doing a little work there, they will head back to Washington Avenue and should be back there by about 2:30. During that time, myself and Eric Wood will be giving the administrative surveyor a tour, a health and safety tour of Washington Avenue. So that'll take place around 11 o'clock on the 1st. It'll be a very long, very fast moving day. I mean, we try to stay as close to the schedule as possible. On October 2nd, they will be visiting Parrish Avenue about 9 a.m. And then around 11 a.m., they will arrive in Henderson. From there, they'll do their tour through Henderson. They will talk to Alice a little bit and then head back to Washington Avenue, where they'll spend their afternoon kind of finishing up reviewing documents and things like that. October 3rd, they will also review the rest of those documents, anything that they haven't seen at this point. Talk to any employees that they may want to speak to as well. And then at 2 p.m., we will have an exit conference with the CARF surveyors. And if you received the agenda and the invite, please come to the exit conference. I think it's probably one of the best parts of the CARF survey, right? Because they really tell us all the great things we do, because we do a lot of really good stuff. And this is stuff we do every single day. And I think that's the thing that we forget. It's like, yeah, it's a CARF survey and it sounds so scary, but really, it's like your job that they are looking at, right? So really what they're looking for is like, do we have safe, clean, accessible stores? You guys, this is stuff we do all day long. Do we write individualized employment plans for all of our clients? You guys, this is stuff we do all day long. So, point of it is, if we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing in our particular position, this CARF survey should go extremely smooth. That's why it's so important, so very, very important, that when you're given tasks and they're assigned to you via job description, you complete those tasks, right? That's why it's important whenever we say, if you see something, say something. It's those sort of things that help us at the executive team, leadership, figure out where those weaknesses may be, where the areas of opportunities are, so we can figure out what is a best practice for those things, and then be able to demonstrate that during our CARF survey. Kind of lastly, just so you guys are familiar, the administrative surveyor, her name is Danielle Valtor, and the program surveyor is Rachel Mason. Program surveyor works directly with mission services, and the administrative surveyor, Danielle, she will be looking more at overall organizations, safety, health, how we're treating our employees, whether we're getting feedback from you all, which clearly we're doing when we do these town halls and all the surveys we do. So the short of it is, there's really no reason to be nervous because this is stuff you're very familiar with and that you do every single day. Just keep doing the great job that you're doing. And this survey is going to be awesome because you guys are awesome. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Brandy. Before we move on, I do want to get just a status check on everybody because I do keep getting a few questions. It's just saying that it's unwatchable. There's double audio. And so are there any locations out there? I can't see where these are coming from. So are there any locations out there struggling with audio? If you are, please get a hold of Blake as soon as you can. Can someone who's out at a location just give me a thumbs up and let me know that their audio, that it's not a whole organization-wide issue? Okay. I got one confirmation that it sounds good. And okay, got you. So I'm going to keep going. For those, if you are having issues with the audio or just any lag or anything like that, please get a hold of IT. So next, we are going to turn it over to Donated Goods Retail. Up first is Cheryl, who's going to talk to us about a couple updates. Cheryl?
Good afternoon, everyone. We have some exciting news for our stores. We're going to be launching reusable shopping bags for Goodwill. We're starting it in our pilot stores of Kidron and Mount Vernon. We have 4, I believe it is, 5 different styles right now. And hopefully we will have a really good feedback from our customers. They will like these reusable bags, and we can start reducing our waste and support our commitment to sustainability. Next is our barcoding rollout update. So our next installations are Madisonville and Henderson. And then we will have our northern and southern stores complete. So we'll start on Evansville. We want to thank Tyler, Blake, Jim, and his team for all the installation of electrical and IT, Angie and her team, and their store staff for their support, collaboration, and openness to the system. They've done some great training in other locations, and your efforts have made the rollout smooth and successful. I know everyone is really enjoying it. We've had a lot of good feedback from employees from it. So that's all I have, Morgan.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl. Up next, we have Kim Dickerson, who is going to talk to us about Dell Reconnect.
Hey guys, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. So we partner with Dell Reconnect to help recycle products like computers. So they accept any brand of computers, equipment in any condition. Items accepted are computers, monitors, printers, scanners, hard drives, keyboards, mice, speakers, cables, cell phones, DVDs and video game consoles. So if you guys ever have any questions, just ask a manager and they'll give you an answer, or ask one of us guys. All right, Morgan, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Kim. I do want to also just mention that you should have received signage for the Dell Reconnect program. It is required as part of our partnership. Please be sure that you have a sign up in your break room, at the donation door, and in your store. I think there's 3 locations that I think Boonville, Parrish, and Madisonville that didn't get signage just yet, but I think your DROs are bringing them soon. All right, next we have updates from HR, Finance, and Safety. Up first, we have Mr. Eric Wood to share some safety tips with us.
All right. Well, good afternoon. I hope all of you are having a good day. Going to be quick for safety today, but I first wanted to kind of start off and tell you guys that, safety is no accident. And only I'm someone who would be corny enough to put a statement like that in there. But no, safety is indeed no accident. And I think what really illustrates this is when we commit to doing certain things, then our results are indeed no accident. We have success based on what we do and doing our due diligence every day. Next slide, please. So whenever we talk about that success and kind of what highlights that, I want you guys to think in terms of this. This is something that you've probably heard. You guys have heard of our WIG goals. We have, different, we have had some different correspondences with those. It's something that definitely is not going to go away. It's the most important goal, guys. That's why it stands for wildly important goals. So it is the most important. And to put that in perspective with you, with safety, our biggest priority is to make sure that we lower our recordables because we want fewer people to be getting injured. The goal is to always have no one injured at work so they can go home happy and safe and healthy to their family. So our WIG goal, guys, for this year, which has been implemented and you guys are knocking it out of the park, is a 10% reduction from the previous year in OSHA recordables. So that is our WIG goal, and we are on a dynamic pace. If we go to the next slide, we'll be able to see those results. So after the lovely and talented Kim Bassett and I had a meeting last week, we confirmed what our counts are and where we're at as far as our OSHA recordables. And we are at 7 recordables for the entire year, guys. And we're in the month of September and we're at the tail end of September. So what I want you guys to know, and I want you to really beat your chest about and feel great about, is what you've done with safety. This isn't one person that achieves these results. And I get kind of passionate when I talk about this in safety. Whenever you look at this graph, make no mistake, you're not just looking at some lines and some bars with some numbers and colors. This represents what you do every single day. It represents that you're looking in your stores. You're identifying hazardous conditions or unsafe conditions. Say it's something as small as seeing hangers on the floor, picking those up. Say your area is cluttered. Say you need to put a focus on 5S to make sure that we don't have trip hazards. Making sure you have the courage to have conversations with your people when they're being unsafe. Having the courage to politely ask them, please put on your PPE. A hazard assessment was conducted on this area, and there's a high degree or probability of lacerations to occur in this area. So thank you for wearing your ANSI cut resistant gloves and being a part of that in our safety mission. It's about you guys being plugged in every day, which the results are undeniable, guys. I say this all the time. If you've attended any of my bi-monthly safety committee meetings, and a lot of you have that are on this call, you'll hear me talk about it all the time. It's no accident is what I said on the first of this, but these results, truly, you don't luck your way into these results. It just doesn't happen. It's due diligence, and I think you all owe yourself a big round of applause for what you're doing. So go ahead and give yourself some credit in what you've done. So I'm just proud of all of you and what you do, and we're only tapping the tip of the iceberg right now. I mean, there's still a lot more we're going to do with safety, and we've done a lot this year. And I just appreciate you guys all being receptive to those changes, because when we are receptive to those changes and we buy in, this graph and these results are what you see. And that's what I want you to understand behind the method and the data. This data is telling us we're winning. And not only are we winning, we're winning in a big way. So kudos to you guys. And I love what you're doing.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Up next, we have Shay with HR. She's going to talk to us about a couple different things.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm over here at the outlet with all of the outlet team members. We are hanging out here and up, nearing the fall festival season. So looking forward to see what kind of traffic we have next week with all of that going on. I'm wanting to go over just a few things today. The first one is to take a moment to remember Miss Melanie Wright. So she was from the Henderson location. We lost Melanie here in August, and I know that she was such a joy to that team. So please continue to keep the Henderson team in your thoughts as they are still mourning that loss. And we're very grateful to have known Melanie and all the great work that she did for us while we had her here as a member of our team, and she will definitely be missed. And then a couple other things I want to talk about related to our employee engagement committee. So we've been doing a lot of new updates, trying to make sure that people feel involved and have things that they can participate in that just kind of break into the monotony of the day, have some fun here and there. And one of those things that we did here in August was we had our Grow with Goodwill week. So there's some pictures up on the screen here you can see of some participation we had with our dress up days. Lots of fun stuff in there. It was great to see everybody, just have the opportunity to be creative, have some fun, and just get to have those opportunities to grow their own skills and take some time out of their work day to just spread a little bit of joy too. So other than the individuals that participated, we also had some location winners. The number one place winner that we had is our Excel Center. You can see some of their pictures on the screen here as well. They had some great participation. Pretty much every day, everybody was engaged. And not only did the staff members over the Excel Center participate, they actually extended this out for all of their students as well. So it was great to see all of the involvement there, everybody having, again, just an opportunity to come together, have some fun, spread some joy in their work day. And then some other honorable mentions, we had our admin team and our Madisonville teams. Again, great participation. Really love to see everybody being involved and just taking some opportunities to come together as a team and connect. So thank you all for your participation with that week. And then some other things that we've had coming up. So here in September, in Labor Day, here we sent out some thank you letters that were signed by everybody in the Employee Engagement Committee. We wanted to make sure that every team, was acknowledged for the hard work that they do day in, day out. And we are so, so appreciative of that. So hopefully everybody got a chance to see those. They were sent out to the stores as well as the Huddle Gratitude bag. So that was something else that we sent out, some talking points that, we hope you guys are able to utilize to take some opportunities to just connect with your team, get to know each other a little better. Some other things we had in September, we had a financial literacy hour. This was a Q&A session. We had Fifth Third Bank come out and they were able to answer some questions for people, get some resources. We have another one of these coming up in October, so I'll talk about that here in just a second. And then the last September initiative that we had was we did for Hispanic Heritage Month that runs here in the middle of September through the middle of October. We did a bingo hour, so that was a lot of fun here at the corporate office for people to just, again, take some time to connect with each other, grow and learn a little more about each other and celebrate the things that make us us. So then with October, some things we have coming up is we do have a financial literacy class that is focused on credit. So if you are somebody, like I know many people here are, that does not understand credit and the ever-growing game and mystery that is, please come out and check out this event. If you're not able to be there on site, that's okay. Every location has a link set up on their computer in the store or in their location to be able to access that meeting virtually. We will also send out an email or link to everybody. Again, if the day comes and you want to be able to join that and learn a little more about credit, you can also join virtually. But please join us for that if you would like to learn some more. It's going to be a great opportunity to get questions answered. Just learn a little more about that financial literacy course. And then we have a costume contest and a pumpkin decorating contest coming up for October. So this is one of my favorite times of the year. It is spooky season. And so for October, we are going to have a Halloween costume contest on the 31st. That's going to be a Friday this year. And some of the categories for that, we're going to have the DIY, thrifted, scariest, group, and overall. You can participate in more than one if you would like. The way that the contest is going to be held, we've got it broken down here too, that we're going to have posts in our employee Facebook group. If you're not a member of the group, that's okay. Have somebody else help you out with just making, a comment post in there so that we can see your great costumes on the day. But basically what's going to happen is we're going to have posts in that employee Facebook group. It's going to have an opportunity for you to comment with a picture of your outfit on that day. And we're going to go off of who has the most likes on those pictures. So it's going to run over the weekend for judging from the 31st through November the 3rd. We're going to want you to choose, the costumes that you like. And the top winner at the end of that voting is going to be the winner for each of those different categories. So you'll have multiple opportunities to win in those different categories. We will have where you can only win one category, though. So if you're selected for one, you will be, the winner for just that category. We're not going to have somebody sweep all of the categories. But you are definitely encouraged to show up, have a good time, put your all into your outfit and see where it lands. And then the other opportunity, if you're not somebody who's, looking forward to the costume part, you can participate still with the pumpkin decorating contest. So each location is going to receive a pumpkin and a kit to decorate for their location. You're going to then have a picture, same way as the costume contest, to be uploaded into that Facebook group. We're going to be able to vote for that. And again, the one with the most likes is going to be our winner. And we will give out prizes for first, second, and third place for those contests. So lots of fun stuff coming up here in October. We would love for you to participate and join us. So please, mark those on your calendars, get your outfits ready, get your pumpkins ready, and have a good time. And then, as always, I'm going to go through and make sure we acknowledge everybody who's received promotions or all of our work anniversaries. I kind of feel like this is like the Price is Right section where I just keep calling names out all day long, saying come on down. So congratulations to everybody who's received a promotion this last couple months. We have James, who's the lead sales associate at Washington Avenue. We have Amanda, who's our new chief financial and administrative officer. We have Tiffany, who's a key holder at Henderson. We have Jolynn, who's an assistant manager at Washington Store. We have Melissa, who's a store key holder at Henderson, and Jennifer, who is a lead sales associate at Carriage. So congratulations to all of those promoted. And then some work anniversaries, lots and lots of one-year people. So very, very glad to have everybody in here. So for year one, we've got Carrie, Jennifer, Macy, Crystal, Ashley, Wesley, Barbara, Brianna, Olivia, Tony, Dallas, Abby, Derek, Abby with a Y, and Johnny. For year two, we have Antonio, Mark, Lana, Nicole, Aubrey, Brock, Trenton, Charles, Kathy, Jaden. Congratulations. Year three, we have Michelle, David, Chang, and Jennifer. Year four, we have Christopher, Loretta, and Sydney. Year five, we've got Josh, Justin, and Kizzy. And year six, we have Christy, Betty, and Robert. So then I always love to see kind of who's our long-term staff, who's our big winners here. So we've got year seven, Darren and Hannah, 9, Brandy and Amy, 12, Sam, 13, Brian, 14, Amy, 16, Amanda, 17, Cheryl and Kathy, 18, Sam, 20, Nancy, and our big winner, and I always like to say this is, probably more years than some of the people on this call have ever even been alive, which is 47 to Greg Stevens. So thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around, being a great part of the team. We are so appreciative to have you on this team. Thank you for all that you do and for seeing all of the ebbs and flows and ups and downs and great growth through this organization in those really long amounts of time. So congratulations, everybody, on your work anniversary, and thanks for being a part of the team. And then the last thing I want to go over, I do have a flyer here for hiring opportunities. We always keep this updated. So please scan the QR code as it comes up if you're interested in any opportunities, whether that's a promotion, transfer, things like that. Make sure that you are checking that out. It is updated. This is a live document that just links to all the openings that are current across the locations. And then some exciting things that'll be in development. There will be more full-time opportunities coming up very, very soon. So again, just be on the lookout for those as they come up. These flyers should be posted somewhere in your location, probably in your break room, near time clocks. So make sure that, again, as those things come up and develop, if you're interested in that, I definitely encourage you to apply for it. Or any other position that you think you're interested in or could be a great fit for you. We'd love to have you. So that's all I got. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Shay. Up next, we have updates from the CEO. So Connie, it's your turn to talk to us a little bit about the wig.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to talk to everybody. Take my glasses off. I'm here at the Parish Avenue store with a great team of people. They are all working hard. Back room looks awesome. Just happy to be here. And so I also want to talk a little bit about the wig update. I know that we have talked a lot over this, last 6 months or so about our wig being to increase our donations per household from 0.92 to 1.25 by December 31st of 2026. But before we go on to the next slide, I want to also kind of go back as to the why. Why are we so worried about this? Why do we care about this? Well, it's really donations are the lifeblood of our organization. Without donations, we don't have anything to sell. If we don't have anything to sell, then we're not able to pay our bills and pay your wages and support our mission services like the Excel Center and Employment Services and the Good Skills Academy and the Opportunity Center. So we have to have all of these things in order for Goodwill to not just operate, but to continue to thrive, to help our communities to thrive. We created our strategic plan last year, and there's 3 pillars that really feed into that. And our wildly important goal really is a key component of our strategic plan. We are addressing community impact through our mission services. We're always working to improve our financial resources because that's what fuels everything that we do. And we care very much about our people. So our people, that includes people who work for Goodwill and people that we are serving through our mission programs. So I know that times it feels like we are constantly changing what we're doing. I know that change can be really a challenge sometimes, and it just feels like we don't know what the next day is going to hold for us because we're changing things all the time. Well, the reality is, change is a constant. Change is hard. Change sometimes doesn't feel good, but we also need to reframe that so that we are thinking about change relative to how much positive impact the changes can have to everything that we are trying to accomplish. We also have to think about the way we use information, and information such as data is something that we have really been focused on. We've been talking about it for 6 years, but we've really gotten to a point this year where data is readily available and becoming more and more so available. Now, the challenge with having all the data is, what do we do with it? Like, how are we supposed to use this data to make decisions? How are we supposed to think about data? How are we supposed to change our operations relative to the data that we are seeing? So in our production systems that are being implemented across the board, we're accessing now more data than we've ever had available. But that data is going to inform a lot of decision making that maybe in the past we just used our intuition for. Intuition's not going out the window, but we also want to support those decisions with the data. It really is the difference between growth and decline. And for people who have been here, like that list of people that we just saw, the anniversaries, there's a lot of people who've been here for a pretty long time. And I think that those of you who have been here for the last 6 years since I've been in this position, you are seeing that change and growth is a primary focus that I have, and that my board has, and that our leadership team has. It's really important because if we don't continue to grow, we will decline. So not only is data important to our growth, but just the fact that we're constantly having to create new ways to stand out in our community is really, really important. All right, now I want to go back to kind of our update on the actual donations per household figures. So if we can look at the next slide. This next slide, and I do have to put on my glasses so I can see it clearly, is the donations over the course of several years, going all the way back to 2018. And you can see that one of those is the line for year to date for each of those years. So full 12-month period, that's the gold line. And then the blue line is actually year to date through August of each of those years. Well, you can see the ups and downs each of those years. You can also see that in 2019, our donations per household were the highest they've been in that entire period. Even now, when we are through, I can't read it here. I don't have can't see it very well. But to see the numbers here, you can tell that even for 2024, we're still down there lower than we really ever want to be. That's why we set our goal at 1.25 donations per household, but we were fairly close to that mark back in 2019. So far in 2025, our our year to date for donations per household is 1.01. We are making progress, but we also do still have a long way to go in order to reach our goal of 1.25. I do want to mention the fact that we have started some new things, and I apologize if this is on a future slide, but I do want to recognize Nicole Wilson. Nicole has been working really hard at trying to identify new opportunities for donations. She has gotten us set up with a mobile donation center at the Walmart in Henderson. And she also has been working hard with the YMCA in Evansville And we are now going to be putting containers out in the lobbies of our YMCAs in Evansville and also in Princeton, Indiana. And this is kind of our first attempt at partnering with some other, partnering with some other nonprofits to achieve our mutual goals. So I do want to mention that because that is a step in the right direction, and we're excited about where that's going to lead. Okay, I have one more slide, I do believe. So this slide is really a month-by-month look at 2025 donations per household. And you can see that February was a challenging month. Of course, we did have a lot of bad weather in January and February. And so naturally, you know, it's not unusual for donations to drop at that point in time. July was a little bit of a surprising month because we had been seeing fairly consistent increases throughout the spring and summer. But August has bounced right back up. So we're really happy about that. I don't have a slide on this, but I did compare this data to the last several years. And over the course of the last 5 years, our averages have been staying fairly consistent. So in order for us to truly reach a 1.25 goal, we are going to have to do some things that are above and beyond what we've done for the last 5 years. And that's the reason behind this additional work with nonprofits, with finding additional donation sites, because we have to reach people who have not been traditionally donating to Goodwill. So overall, we are moving in the right direction. I appreciate everything that everybody's doing. The store here that I am at today at Parish looks really, really great. Walked through the store and it looked awesome, and the back room looks awesome. So proud of everybody. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Connie. Don't go too far because you have another slide coming up here soon. So, okay, make sure I'm unmuted. I want to talk a little bit about some things that are coming up this year. First up, it is already almost the end of the year. October is next week, which means December is tomorrow. So our holiday party, I did want to do a quick reminder and announcement. It's coming up on December 14th. It is going to be similar to last year where it is all at this location. And so please join us on December 14th for fun, food, and prizes. Please RSVP by November 30th. I am going to probably put a link on GW Learning. It is not there yet, but we will also share out this invitation. I think actually you might have gotten a calendar invite if you have Microsoft Outlook with us from Nicole Cook. So I hope you can join us there. And I do want to turn it back over to Connie to talk about another part of our holiday party that we did last year and we will be doing again this year.
All right. I can't believe we're already talking about the holiday party. I do think, Christmas is tomorrow. It feels like this year is going so fast. I do want to review this awards program that is part of our holiday party. It's something that we rolled out last year, and I think it was really kind of fun for everybody. We do give some cash prizes for these awards. And so just start thinking about who you might want to nominate for these types of categories. The first one is the Thrive Award. There will be one overall winner throughout the organization. We also have the Goodwill Achiever Award, which is another overall winner. A Leadership Award, another overall winner. And then for our Team Member of the Year, we actually will have a separate winner from every single location and then one overall winner. So on that Team Member of the Year, each winner from each location will receive a $500 award, and then the overall winner will get another $500 award. So that overall team member is going to receive $1,000. So that's really pretty exciting. These, as I said, will be announced at the holiday party, and that's when you'll receive your cash prize. And the nominations are going to open really soon, next week on October 1st, and it'll be available through GW Learning until October 31st. So you've got 1 month to think about who you would like to nominate for all these awards and get that nomination turned in, and then we will go on from there. So I can't wait to see who all gets nominated, and I can't wait to announce the winners in December.
All right. Thank you, Connie. Stop spotlighting you really quick. Yes, so please make sure you RSVP for the holiday party and nominate somebody for these awards. There's also one more thing that will be available on GW Learning soon. It's time for another employee survey. So the survey will open on GW Learning. There will be a link on there from October 6th through October 19th. The stores that hit 90% or more completion will receive a t-shirt for a team member to win. So this is an opportunity for you to share feedback with us. We do literally sit down as a leadership team and go through every single submission line by line and try to figure out action items for ways that we can improve the work environment. I do know like a lot of employee engagement aspects have come from that, and we're really trying to just celebrate our wins a little bit more as well. And then I do want to talk about something else that is coming up. It's actually coming up in November. So we have, it's actually our 36th annual Turkey Day 5K, which will be on Thanksgiving morning. It is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And this year, we are doing something a little different with Packet Pickup. We are actually partnering with the American Red Cross, and we are hosting a blood drive. So for the Turkey Day 5K, we will have Packet Pickup starting on November 24th here at the corporate office at the Opportunity Center. And that's when individuals come in, pick up their t-shirts, their bibs, and then on that Monday, the November 24th, we will also have an opportunity for people to give blood. So you can actually sign up if you're interested in giving blood through our Turkey Day 5K registration site. You can scan that QR code. You can also sign up to volunteer. We will need help and volunteers to participate in both Packet Pickup as well as Race Day. So Race Day is in downtown Evansville. It starts near the Doubletree Hilton Hotel, which is also where Packet Pickup will be that morning. And it goes, this year, actually, it's a little wonky because there's a sinkhole in downtown Evansville, but the route goes around Riverside and back up. And basically, as a volunteer, you can help with passing out water. You'll help just encourage runners, help pass out awards, get people's packets that morning. There's a variety of things that you can do that day. It's really quick and easy as well. It's volunteering really starts at about 7 a.m. I put 9:30 a.m., but I feel like you're usually out of there pretty early. 9:30 is usually when I am out of there. So if you're interested in volunteering, again, you can scan that QR code. I would greatly appreciate everybody's help. Or if you're interested in also giving blood during Packet Pickup, you can sign up through that QR code as well. All right, so now it is time for Q&A. And I do know there were several questions that came in throughout the presentation. I do ask that if you are able to, as a member of leadership, if you're able to help answer some of these questions, I might call on you. So for some reason, that's the first question popping up. But first question, is there an estimate for when the designated trainer position will open at our locations? I do know this is something we've been talking about for a little while. I'm not 100% sure what the timeline is on that. I think you could probably ask your DROs, but I do think that it is something that we're trying to get launched soon. Why do only 17 people get awards at the Christmas party? So those 17 awards for Team Member of the Year is one per location. And that also includes the Excel Center and the corporate office. So that is why there's 17, because we have a total of 15 different locations, plus the corporate office, plus the Excel Center. So each of those different locations will get the opportunity to nominate somebody who will then win. And then from that group of people, we will select one overall winner. All right. Is there any concern that having the reusable shopping bags will increase the potential for shoplifting? Ryan, I see your head nodding. I don't know if you want to take a stab at this question.
Certainly crossed our radar that is a potential, and it's going to be up to our stores to provide the best customer service possible if we suspect someone of shoplifting. However, the other side of it is the sustainability side and the getting customers what they want. A lot of stores are selling reusable bags now. It doesn't really make us much money, but it is a great way to get mission moments in people's hands, make people feel good about Goodwill, and a whole plethora of other things that come with it. So we're hoping that offsets the potential for a couple knuckleheads to steal from us using those bags. Great question.
All right, here's another question. At what point are we going to have more things for the community in other places besides Evansville? It's great that we have things in Evansville. However, the smaller places need more community involvement. I do believe it is a part of our strategic plan to evaluate our mission. And I know it's always a goal for us to expand that. We just opened the Excel Center, which was a major step for us. So we are in the process of just still trying to maintain and grow that program. And I do think it is a goal in the future for us to expand that mission outwards to other communities in our territory. Are we going to do something where everyone gets something, even if it's little, with so many people being there and only a handful of winners? It's kind of discouraging to want to go at all. Last year, we did give out gifts to everybody. We don't know what those are going to be just yet. We'll probably do the same thing. Last year, we had also raffles where you could win. You got raffle tickets and you could put them in for a chance to win a prize. We had several of those. And everybody walked away with a lunchbox and a water bottle. So there will most likely be something similar to that this year where everybody walks away with something. But you have to attend in order to get it. You're not getting it if you don't show up. What about people bringing us trash and bad stuff? I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think Brian just came off mute. So
I did. And here again, we want to cater to the 97%, not the 3% bad. The folks that bring us bad stuff. We're always going to get some trash. That's why you have to wear your gloves and your PPE when you're going through donations. But the thing of it is to not focus on this. We know we're going to get trash here and there. We know we're going to get some inappropriate stuff here and there. That's why our donor greeters and our processors have to be careful with what they're looking through, and to always be mindful that there could be anything, literally anything, in donations that come in the door. So that's why we limited what we don't take anymore, just to, chemicals and mattresses, essentially, because we can't sell mattresses and they end up in the trash, and the chemicals we don't want because you can't just throw those away. So that's where that's going to stay. But we're always going to get a little bit of trash. But the other side of it is we get a lot of really good stuff.
Yes, and providing great quality customer service at the donation door is going to incentivize those people who are providing us those good quality donations. It's going to get them to come back and donate to us more, so that it reduces the impact of the trash and the bad stuff that we get. Better pay when? I do think we just did a minimum wage increase this year, which was, I think, in March. I know it was this year, so we did just provide that. What is the WIG? That's a weird name. We do love our acronyms around here, which actually, this is not an acronym we created. This is an acronym that came directly from a book called The 4 Disciplines of Excellence. If anybody is interested in reading it, you should be able to find it, I think, on Amazon. But the WIG stands for Wildly Important Goal. It is a goal that everybody is working towards and trying to achieve. Tony called it our guiding star earlier, which is exactly what it is. And our WIG is increasing donations per household. All All right. These questions are showing up out of order. Can we not do the gifts just cash like all other years? On the RSVP form, if you do want to provide suggestions, you can. There is an opportunity to do that for the holiday party. At this point in time, I'm not entirely sure. We're still in the process of planning it, but I do think that as part of those raffles, we did also have cash prizes.
Hey, Morgan. I think they're wondering if they're going to get a Christmas bonus. I think's what that question really is.
Well, you want to answer that question then, Brian?
Well, I don't know. Traditionally, we have given out Christmas bonuses every year, but that's not just an us decision. That involves the board and our financial stability of the whole organization. So I don't know. Connie could probably answer better, like when the bonuses started and how many years we've had them. But yeah, I think that's what they're asking.
Okay. I do know, too, historically, we have given out cash prizes, but with how many people we have, it's gotten trickier to do it. I think the prizes are just a fun way, but there is cash prizes as part of those raffle as well. Oops. Please explain more about what each type of award is for. What is the Thrive Award? Good question. So the Thrive Award is our values. Values make the acronym Thrive. Like I said earlier, we love our acronyms around here. It stands for transparency, honesty, respect, innovation, vitality, and empowerment. And this award is for somebody who demonstrates our values the best. So on that nomination form, there is an explanation for what each award stands for. I don't have it in front of me, nor do I remember it off the top of my head. But once you get into that nomination form, you should be able to see exactly what each award is and what you should be looking for that person you're going to nominate. Okay, I think I accidentally skipped this question earlier. Is the outlet eligible for the WIG bonus? This one I'm not sure. Brian, do you?
We currently didn't set a bonus structure for the outlet. Next year, though, we may very well, but currently this year, there's no WIG bonus for the outlet. It's aftermarket sales. It's after retail. Our other stores are retail sales. That's kind of why. We also been the first year, we wasn't sure if our budget was realistic or not. So.
All right.
If this means that the donations are 90% bad, I don't think that's true. I'm sure some days it feels like that, or you get a whole truckload of a lot of rotten stuff. Most of our donations are actually pretty good and usable, so I hope that's not what they mean here.
I hope not either. I do know, too, like Nicole Wilson's really trying to work on non-traditional avenues of getting donations as well. So it's not just coming from our donation door. But again, doing that quality customer service, doing gratis, will encourage those good donors to come back and support our mission. We've had a struggle to hear anything at First Avenue. Can someone please repeat the statement about decorating pumpkins? Shay, I don't know if you're available to answer this question. I do know that there is a pumpkin decorating contest.
Yeah, I can repeat it. So basically, each store is going to get a pumpkin and a decorating kit from the Employee Engagement Committee, and that will be something that is distributed out to stores so everybody can participate and help with that contest. So we'll get those out to you when it gets a little closer to October.
All right. Thank you, Shay. And I'm sure there will be more information shared about that here in the future. Thank you to whoever submitted that. What is the theme for the holiday party? The theme is Holiday Movie Marathon. And so on the RSVP form, there will be a question about what your favorite holiday movie is. And we are going to try to have some holiday movies playing. Hopefully it'll work out the way it's intended. But Holiday Movie Marathon is the theme this year. think I've answered all the questions. Can I wear my Christmas vacation shirt? I feel like this came from Brian Baker. You are more than welcome to wear your Christmas vacation shirt, as long as it's appropriate. Can we bring a +1 to the holiday party? That is a good question. No, you cannot. It is for employees only. Due to the size of the party, we do have over 400 team members. And so with that size of a party, we cannot allow for +1s to participate. We are closing down the store for that day so that everybody can join us. There's some great food, but unfortunately, +1s are not allowed. Lots of questions come through. Will we have the photo booth again? I do think we are trying to get a photo booth for this year. I do think that was a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will be able to do that again this year. And if you guys do have suggestions as things that you might want to see in the holiday party, there is a suggestion box in the RSVP form. There is no guarantee that everything that you suggest is going to happen. We do try our best to make it fun and engaging and use some of those suggestions you guys have, but there's no guarantee they will happen. All right. I thought this town hall was going to be quick and easy because we didn't have a super long agenda. However, I love all the engagement from the questions. I haven't seen any new ones come in. However, if you do have a question that you think of after we get done, feel free to ask your member of leadership who is there. They will try their best to answer any questions you might have. If they can't answer it, they will find someone who can. But I greatly appreciate everybody for joining us today during the town hall. Again, these are just an opportunity for us to increase communication across the board so everybody knows what's going on. And so I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week. To those leadership team members or managers, please be sure to submit attendance through the virtual town hall form that is on GoodHub. But if there's no more questions, I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes back, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.